Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, Glow Property. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed, that has liked our videos. I can't believe how many subscribers we have. I mean, we only have like 2, but 2 is better than 0. Just joking, we have more than 2, but I'm just saying, like, I wasn't expecting so many subscribers, I guess, so soon. This is only like our 3rd or 4th video, so thank you so much. Today I want to do a quick little video, just going through the process of how we actually choose and select the chosen one, our chosen tenant. We have like a set list of criteria that we set forth, because we always want to make sure we're picking the best person that's going to fit the situation that we're looking for. This business is a true trial and error industry. In the beginning, we definitely rented to some crazy tenants in the past, and we, from those learning experiences, we try not to ever do what we did in the past again. So basically, it's very important that when you do have a property and you are looking for a tenant, like, you want to put out what you are looking to attract. So we've learned that if you put crappy pictures online, you're going to get crappy people trying to, rent your house. So always, if you have to hire a photographer, get a good camera, have good lighting, like your pictures, your photos mean everything. So that's one thing. I know, for example, one time we had a property and we had like so pictures, but I think it was like raining that day or something like that. So it was really cloudy outside. There was no sunlight. The pictures were kind of blurry. And like we had the property up for like 2 weeks, and like barely anyone emailed us or called us looking to rent the property. We ended up taking down the pictures we had and taking a whole new set of pictures. They were bright, they were clear, the angles were all perfect. Girls, we know about them angles. And when we did that, like, the phone was ringing off the hook. So it's very important to have quality pictures. Also, some of the websites that we use Realtor.com, Zillow.com, ApartmentSearch.com, Trulia, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but we use the websites like those to help us kind of like, get our properties out there. We do have a website that's under works. I can't wait till our website is finalized, but when we do finally have our website, we are going to list all of our properties that are for rent on there. That's soon to come this year, hopefully. Another thing that we do is, of course, you need a background check. A lot of landlords don't rent to people that have a history of like a criminal history, or you've been like a past-time felon. So that's one thing. Something else is credit. You want to check, your potential tenant's credit history. What's their credit like? Do they pay their bills? Are they careless with their bills? You definitely don't want to rent out to someone that's careless with their bills. Oops. Hey! You want to rent to someone that has perfect credit history and pays their bills on time. Because if they pay, whoever they owe, whether it's the light bill, the cable bill, a credit card, if they're paying those people on time, then 9 times out of 10 they're going to be paying you on time. So that's something that we look out for. Also, we ask for references. Like, we always ask, where are you coming from? Can we speak to your previous landlord? We want to kind of, get a little backstory about you. How are you as a tenant? We do have like we're kind of a little extra, but we only became more extra because of experiences that we've had in the past. We have like a questionnaire that we actually ask previous landlords. And on the questionnaire, we ask questions like, would you rent to this tenant again? How many times were they late paying their rent? And what condition did they leave the property when they moved out? We ask questions like that only because we're trying to get you know, a 360 view of how this person, you know, that's going to be living inside your house. You're entrusting your home to them. You kind of want to know what type of person they are. So we ask questions like that. We also ask for references. And I know, like, come on, like, I've done it in the past too. You ask somebody for a reference, and they put like their best friend, they put their uncle, their cousin, whoever, and it's like, all right, you call these people up, and they're not going to tell you bad things about the person. They're only going to say good things. So that's why we specifically ask for their previous living arrangements. We also want to get like personal references, but we also want to make sure we get professional reference, which is why we always contact the previous landlords. Something else that we ask for job history. We want to make sure that you're making a legal income, because we don't got time for that. We don't want to rent out to someone that's making money illegally and then we get in trouble when they messes up everything that we got going on. So basically we ask for your 2 most recent pay stubs, and we kind of have like an equation that we go by. We always want to make sure the person's income is at least 3 times the rent. So for example, I'm going to use easy numbers because it's always easy to work with easy numbers. If the rent is $1,000 a month, we always want to make sure we rent to someone that's at least monthly making 3 times that. So again, if the rent is $1,000, we want to make sure you're at least bringing in, what is that, $3,000 or $4,000? $3,000. Yeah, I'm not good at math. I don't even know what 2 plus 2 is. But just joking. Yeah, so if your rent is $1,000, you want to make sure that you're at least bringing in $3,000 to cover your rent and, you know, your other monthly expenses or whatever. So that's something that we do. It's very important. So when we ask for your pay stubs, we're just checking, we're going over your job history, making sure that you can afford the home. Because a lot of times people are like, oh yeah, I make enough. And in 1 month into the lease, you're calling them on the 6th day asking where the rent money is. We don't want to have time for that. So that's something else that we do. One thing, don't judge me guys, but one thing I started doing is I started noticing that when we were like holding open houses for people to come, you know, check out the property, submit their applications for the house, I started like looking at how the people look, like their appearance. And I know that seems like kind of shallow, but I realized like if you're coming to see a property and you look kind of, I don't want to offend anyone, but if you look kind of like dingy, we kind of like stray away. And I'm sorry, it sounds really bad. I'm trying not to sound bad, but for example, if you come see a property and you didn't take the time out to brush your teeth or put deodorant on or at least wear clean sneakers, that's already kind of giving me a judgment of how you take care of yourself first and foremost, but then also how you're going to take care of our house. We've been through that. We've been burnt before. We don't want to have to keep coming and painting your walls or changing your carpet or changing the floors because essentially you're not a clean person. So we take appearance into consideration when trying to find the perfect tenant. It does sound like a little judgy. We're not God. I know, I'm sorry, but it's kind of what we have to do. We have to kind of take the extra step to try to like weed out, like go in the sea and kind of like weed out the best candidate. One time we had a 3-bedroom apartment for rent, and so we had a 3-bedroom, 1.5 townhouse that we wanted to rent, and the girl came and she had like 6 or 7 sons. That was a red flag for us. We were like, sis, you know, I'm here with you. You know, I got kids too, but you have 6 or 7 boys, and this is only a 3-bedroom townhouse. This is probably not the best bet for you because it's 3 bedrooms. By the time you and your significant other have 1 bedroom, there's 2 bedrooms left, and you have boys. You have 7 of them. Like it's not a good fit. Like you would need like 3 bunk beds in each room. Maybe not 3. Maybe I'm exaggerating. But it just wasn't gonna work. So I didn't think she was the best candidate. I know some landlords choose not to accept Section 8 vouchers. For those of you that don't know what Section 8 vouchers is, basically when your income doesn't meet a certain level, and so the government kind of gives you rental and housing assistance. We accept Section 8, and honestly, I'm kind of happy we do because the past year that we had with like COVID and the pandemic and people losing their jobs, like we, thank God, didn't experience you know, a loss of rent and a loss of income because you know, a lot of our tenants were essential workers, so they were able to keep their income. And then of our tenants that weren't, they got Section 8. And Section 8, you know your check is coming on the 1st of the month. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Section 8 is going to pay you. So that was also a good thing. And we don't want to discriminate. I know, like, 2 seconds ago I just said I judge people off their appearance, but like, just because you're getting Section 8 doesn't mean you're a bad person or you're not good enough to rent our houses. So we definitely, you know, rent out to Section 8 tenants. So yeah, so there's, you know, a lot of things on our checklist that we kind of check off. My husband and I have conversations all the time, like when we're going through that tenant selection process. We sit down and we talk, like, how do you think this such and such's energy was? Like, we go off things like that, like people's vibes, people's energy, how they introduced themselves, how they carry themselves, you know, how professional they were or weren't. Did they have a vehicle? Like, all those things. And I know you're probably wondering, like, why does a man have to have a vehicle? Trust me, all these little things add up and they count when you're picking the perfect tenant. Now, if you're a landlord and you don't care about your tenant, whoever you rent out your house to, and you just want to make quick money, then by all means, I guess, rent out to whoever you want. But like I said before, we've been burnt a lot. Not a lot. We've been burnt enough to learn. Like, we have a type of personality where we don't have to keep touching the stove and know it's hot, basically. So because of our you know, past experiences, like, I think in a previous video I explained to you guys that we had one tenant that kept locking herself out, and because she kept locking herself out, we made sure that in our future leases to our future tenants, we put in there, if you lock yourself out, there is a fee. So we're letting you know the expectation is you could lock yourself out, but you're gonna have to pay for it. So we're gonna need you to be a little bit more responsible with not losing your key. So that's one thing. So yes, that's really basically it. Again, so when we put our properties online, we make sure we put quality pictures to kind of attract the type of people that we want as renters. That's number one. Number two is we go through the selection process. We have open houses. We schedule appointments for people to come see the house. And if every single thing checks, like if they have a good credit, if they have good job history, if they make enough income, if they, you know, appearance wise, if they look like they're gonna be, you know, good, clean, decent people, they're usually people that we go with and we choose as tenants. So yeah, if you like this informational video, please continue to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We're making this channel with all this information basically for you guys, for anyone that's interested in real estate investing. Even if you're not interested in real estate investing, even if you just want to know how to buy your first house, check out our page. We have a whole bunch of new content that we can't wait to release for you guys. And yeah, keep on watching. Follow us on Instagram. We're at Glow Property. And like I said previously, we are going to be launching our website sometime this year, so be on the lookout for that. And stay safe, corona free, and healthy. See you guys next time.